Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Go Home Ryan, and today we are watching the official Marvel Rivals Season 5 trailer labeled Love is a Battlefield. Been waiting on this one for a second after they dropped the Marvel Zombies mode trailer, the PvE mode trailer, just because, they've been teasing for a while about getting Rogue and Gambit involved in the Marvel Rivals fray and getting them on the roster. And so I know this one has been like hotly anticipated for a minute. Everybody was really worried that they were going to make Rogue a strategist, and then turn Gambit into another DPS. And so, there's a little hesitation, I think, coming into this one because everybody's tired of the number of DPS drops that there have been without as many strategist or Vanguard drops in the same way. So let's just, without further ado, let's just head into the trailer and see what they're talking about here. Maybe we'll be surprised. Who knows?
Sure you're making the right choice, bub?
Not a doubt.
This is one. I always like really appreciate these little pieces of lore that we get when they drop these season trailers. But we see Scott Summers here on the side, which means that like Cyclops is coming. Cyclops is coming. It's only a matter of time. I think he's going to be a very obvious DPS here once Cyclops actually makes his way into the fray. Probably next season. Who knows? And then of course we got Gambit here and Wolverine pinning the lapel on Gambit at presumably his wedding day. He's holding this little box here. I appreciate these little glimpses into normal life.
I'm free to be myself, but somehow she manages to keep me grounded.
And then you got Rogue. Yeah,
She's
listen,
my whole world.
head over heels for Rogue.
You know
And then
how trouble
Emma Frost with Rogue and Magnus.
You still chose him.
Of course I did. Rim has always been there for me, no matter what.
I appreciate what the thing that I've seen a lot of these trailers have been doing is like the face reveal last. Is they're like, listen, we know that all this anticipation has been built up about who these characters are and what they look like in the game, etc. And we've already seen like through leaks and stuff, little flashes of what they may look like in the game. But I appreciate that they're like building up the anticipation. They're like, listen, we're not going to give it to you immediately. We're going to make you wait for it. We're going to make you wait for it, and then when the time comes, you'll get the full face reveal. So I appreciate the artistry there in trailers like these.
Let us hope that stays true. In the chaos to come.
Yeah, buddy. The big face reveal. We get a very beautiful looking Rogue and a very handsomely, very manly looking Gambit. This is great. This is great, the both of them. And then there's a hand reaching out from behind. I don't know who that hand is, but we look like we're on a giant chessboard here in the background. So I think maybe that's gonna play a part in, or maybe they're pawns, quote unquote pawns, in this giant chess game that is Marvel Rivals. I don't know the lore specific reason as for this. I mean, with these like ornate looking designs on the fingers too, it's possible this could be Apocalypse that we see in the background. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see who the big bad is for season 5 when that time comes around. Well, I don't know. We get an even better look here at who it could be. This doesn't look like Apocalypse. This looks like somebody else, but with the winged helmet, kind of pointy shoulder pads. I'm gonna have to look into who this might be. And they're materializing from another plane. I don't know, somebody really big, celestial. I'm interested in seeing who that's gonna be. And shout out to whomever designed Gambit with a D20 in his hand. We always knew he was a Dungeons and Dragons nerd. He feels like he plays some tabletop RPGs. Let's see if we can hop straight into the Gambit specific trailer, because I know they also dropped a Gambit trailer today. Let's see if we can hop straight into that and see what Gambit's looking like, how he's playing. All right, so we've also got the Gambit trailer pulled up. Gambit La Diable Blanc trailer from Marvel Rivals, the character reveal trailer. Let's just hop right into it. We're coming straight from the official season 5 trailer drop. And we're just going to see how Gambit's playing. They haven't released the Rogue trailer yet, but I imagine that's going to be just as interesting, especially coming out of this. But yeah, let's just hop right into it. All right. So the big reveal right out the gate. Gambit is a strategist and not a duelist the way everybody thought he was going to be. Everybody was up in arms. They were ready. They were like, there's too many DPSs. And now Gambit's a strategist. And so how's that going to play Gambit-wise? I mean, to me, you know, it feels like they're just putting these characters in different categories with little regard as to like who they are, like just, you know, characteristically. But, you know, I can see a lot of potential for Gambit as a strategist. I'm thinking about him. He is playing a little bit further off in the distance because of his card throwing abilities. So that makes sense. I mean, you know, granted you have long range DPSs too, like Storm, that get in there too, but Storm and Iron Man, both long range DPSs. But I feel like, you know, there's a lot of potential with Gambit. I could see his cards really operating as like the healing mechanism that we get from so many strategists. I'm also interested in what else he may be bringing to the table that may make him more, you know, fitting for the strategist category rather than a DPS category. I wonder how they've like altered his kit from what maybe we would know him in the comics to make him more amenable to the strategist role. Let's see.
Make way for the king of teams.
Okay, just real quick about these cards. We get like a couple close up looks at them. We get Mr. Sinister on a card. We see him there, which I think is a pretty cool nod. But before that, before Mr. Sinister, I think we also saw somebody else. I think that's Wolverine on the Jack of Hearts. That's interesting. I want to say if we see anybody else. Okay, who's this ace immediately? Okay, on the King. The King looked like Bishop to me. Am I wrong about that? The King looked like Bishop. But I was trying to get the pause. I don't get the pause down. King looked like Bishop. That was interesting. Is that a subtle Bishop now? Are we gonna get Bishop in the future?
Désolé. Lucky draw. By the eye of Agamotto.
All right, so yeah, it looks like his normal move, you know, just his traditional hit is that card throwing ability, which does exactly what I thought it was going to do, which it acts as damage and acts as healing, which makes sense. It looks like he's also got a few, you can change what card he's using. It looks like here on the bottom, he's got between hearts and spades. Maybe hearts is what does the healing and spades is what does the damage. You can't see it on my screen because I'm in the wrong place, but in that lower half, you can't see, you know, he's got the hearts and he's got the spades, so it may mean something differently. And then he's got his dash that he just did. And then maybe like a little pound, it looks like. And then it looks like he's also got some synergy with Magneto here. There's some sort of boon or power up that you get once you have Magneto on the same team. So that's interesting. It looks like he's also only got 21 cards. I would have liked that to be like 26 or 52 just because that's the number of cards in a deck. But, you know, neither here nor there. It doesn't matter. They did what they had to do just to, you know, keep up with the schematic that they've got going. So we'll see what else he's bringing to the table.
Shuffle up. A deadly deal.
Okay. Yeah, so it looks like he does some like special wide area move when you press one of the card buttons. It looks like here, this is where he throws out all the spades at once. So it looks like that's the ability that got activated, is that we activated all the spades at once and allowed him to do his little like wide array and shower everybody with damage here. So that's interesting here. I imagine you could do the same thing with the hearts, but I don't know if it's like you heal everybody in the area or if it's a different type of ability, but I imagine it's going to be something similar.
Gotta full deck. Allons-y.
How long is it? I love it. Okay, so we got a first look at his ult, and he broke down some scenery. He just tore this wall to shreds. Okay, so we know it's powerful, can do a ton of damage. I don't know that that's the best place to use an ult, but unless that's like, maybe that's just his thing. Maybe that's the best place to use it, is to remove scenery and change the layout of a level. Is to act as like a terraformer. That'd be interesting. Okay.
Gambit never falls. High caliber.
Okay, I see what's going on here. Nope. So he has it's an area effect. Okay, and then whoever is affected in that area, they get like a little ring of cards that follows them around and acts as kind of like a barrier that attacks if they're ever close to anybody. Okay, all right. Very supporty. He's got one himself too. Okay, and we see Storm up here has one too. Okay, I can see this working. He would be a good team player to have. You know, you got everybody, and you give them a little passive to where they can attack. That's great. I love it.
High caliber.
It's an interesting use of his character from where maybe we thought it would have gone.
Cajun style.
All right, so that was a look at Gambit and a look at the Season 5 Love is a Battlefield trailer for Marvel Rivals. Let me know what you think in the comments. Do you think that Gambit makes sense as a strategist? Do you think that his kit makes sense? Do you wish that he had been a duelist like everybody thought he was going to be originally? Or are you glad that they're adding a variety of strategists that don't necessarily look like how we thought they were going to look like? Let's have the conversation in the comments. We can keep it going. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It's been Go Home Ryan. Until next time, y'all. Later, Gators.